Kate Middleton, Sophie Wessex, and Prince Edward. Despite being one of the most famous British royals, Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge, ranks comparatively low on the list when it comes to her bank balance. Also hailing from a noble family, she's still not doing badly with $10 million. According to Cosmopolitan, her parents' party planning business is worth over $36 million, and her great-great-grandfather apparently set up a 7-figure trust fund for his descendants, which set the Middletons up nicely. Oh, and let's not forget she also wore the most expensive royal wedding dress to date, which cost a whopping $332,000, and it was designed by Alexander McQueen. Prince Edward and his wife Sophie Wessex are also worth $10 million each. Edward was very active in the theater and TV production industry, even owning his own company, before giving it up in 2002 to pursue his royal duties full-time. Sophie, Countess of Wessex, also attends official royal events. Number 9. Prince Philip. Prince Philip was born penniless on a Corfu kitchen table and slept in an orange box. When he married the Queen in 1947, the Duke of Edinburgh's naval income was just $10 a week. In 1969, he also went on to US television to plead poverty for the royals, saying they might have to sell a polo pony or two. Then just before his passing, more than 70 years later, he received over $500,000 a year from the Sovereign Grant, a rise that far surpasses wage inflation for the rest of us, even though he no longer carried out any duties. Nonetheless, a palace insider had revealed it, quote, wasn't enough, and that the Queen had to supplement it. Quite how he had managed to amass over $28 million is a mystery, although the fact he didn't pay for much probably helped. A pattern set back as far as 1956, when an extended trip on the royal yacht Britannia cost the public purse $2 million. Number 8. Lady Amelia Windsor. Lady Amelia Windsor is not that well known stateside, but she's one of the most popular members of the royal family and the 36th in line to inherit the throne in Britain. Her paternal grandfather, Prince Edward, Duke of Kent, is the first cousin of Queen Elizabeth. She was a model who was deemed by Tatler to be the most beautiful royal, and her Instagram gives an insight to the life of a royal we wouldn't normally see. She also makes an estimated $1 million a year through brand deals and collaborations, so she's getting there. Number 7. Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. Apparently being a youngster in the royal monarch comes with some pretty big bucks. Prince George is estimated at a net worth of $3 billion, and Prince Louis is estimated between $70 million and $125 million. Princess Charlotte, however, takes the cake from the entire family with a whopping $5 billion. The reason for Charlotte's incredibly high value is in large part due to her fashion influence, taking off closely after her mother. The stylish tot has eyes on her style all over the nation, deemed as the Charlotte effect, a yellow pastel patterned cardigan worn by the princess from a popular British department store sold out in 24 hours. Regardless, their substantial value doesn't mean the royal children can go around flashing their Amex cards wherever they want. Since the royal children haven't physically received inheritances or even worked a day in their life, their net worths are calculated by the value to the UK economy, because they believe the children have the potential to drive billions in sales. Therefore, their net worths have been determined as so. Number 6. Camilla Queen Consort. The Queen Consort is rumored to have a net worth of around $5 million. Before marrying Andrew Parker Bowles in 1973, Camilla worked as a secretary for a variety of firms in London's West End, and as a receptionist at the decorating firm Sybil Colfax and John Fowler, though she likely didn't make her millions there. Her wealth is generated through various endeavors, including real estate holdings, as well as a strip end from the Duchy of Cornwall, much like other royals on this list. Number 5. Princess Diana. Lady Diana already came from an upper-class background closely tied to the British royal family when she met and married Prince Charles. However, she was of course best known for her philanthropic and advocacy work before her untimely passing in 1997. Her net worth up to that point stemmed from her work as a royal while married to Charles, and later $22.5 million from the divorce settlement, per the New York Times. She also reportedly left the cash she had to her 2 sons, Harry and William, as hinted at in Meghan and Harry's Oprah interview. Number 4. Princess Eugenie. Unlike her cousins, Princess Eugenie isn't a working royal, so she isn't supported by the Sovereign Grant, which is a taxpayer-funded pool of money that covers royal salaries and is different from the Duchy of Cornwall. But that's okay because in 1994, the Queen Mother, as in Queen Elizabeth's mom, put 2/3 of her money in a trust for her great-grandchildren. Eugenie and sister Beatrice were the beneficiaries of this, as well as a trust fund set up from the money her mother, Sarah Ferguson, received from the royal family in her divorce, which is estimated near $4 million. In addition to all this, Eugenie has a full-time job as Associate Director at London Art Gallery Hauser and Wirth, where she pulls in $145,000 a year, and Town & Country estimates her net worth to be around $4.8 million. Number 3. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Though the Sussexes have officially stepped down from their working royal roles in the family, the couple's post-royal lives in America remain a hot topic in Britain, though not always for the right reasons. Either way, they certainly both put in the hours to achieve a lot of money. After 10 years in the Royal Air Force, Prince Harry retired in 2015 to focus on philanthropy. 5 years later, he and wife Meghan Markle formally left the senior royal family and moved to California. When he walked away from his annual royal salary, he was able to lean on his roughly $9 million inheritance from his mom, Princess Diana. "I've got all my mom left me, and without that, we would not be able to do this," he told Oprah. Harry and Meghan also signed production deals worth up to $120 million with mega platforms like Netflix, Spotify, and Apple, with a rumored Netflix reality show on the cards. However, Vanity Fair reported that one of Netflix's shows, an animated series of Markles, was axed due to the streaming giant's financial woes, while the Spotify gig is also on pause according to royal commentator Neil Sean, because the couple are reportedly rethinking their decision to work with the platform after Joe Rogan controversies. Still, they did pull off their Apple TV gig with Oprah, a documentary with a mental health focus titled The Me You Can't See, featuring guests including Lady Gaga and Glenn Close. Forbes also estimated in 2021 that he and wife Meghan Markle had a nest egg of about $5 million, and their net worth including their Montecito house was around $10 million. Number 2, Prince William. According to Business Insider, Prince William and Prince Harry are worth each $25 to $40 million. They both received inheritances from their late mother, which I already mentioned, a lump sum of $14 million when they turned 30, and dividends of $450,000 each year after they turned 25 per Forbes. William used to receive a salary that he in fact donated to charity of $62,000 for his work as an air ambulance pilot before he retired to focus on his duties as a royal. Following Queen Elizabeth II's passing and King Charles' ascent to the throne, it's also thought he'll inherit the Duchy of Cornwall, which has a portfolio of over $1 billion in assets. Number 1, Queen Elizabeth II. Prior to Queen Elizabeth II's passing on September 8, 2022, the late royal's net worth was an estimated $520 million, according to WealthX, a global wealth insights firm. Most of the money came from ownership of Balmoral Castle for $140 million, Scotland and Sandringham House for $65 million in Norfolk, England, which were her own properties, rather than properties of the Crown Estate. The Crown Estate, which is the sovereign's public estate, and includes real estate properties like Buckingham Palace. The Queen did take 15 to 25% of the profits generated from the Crown Estate properties, and collected a salary from the Duchy of Lancaster, which is different from the Crown Estate, and represents a private and independent income reserved for the Duke of Lancaster, aka the Queen. She also had a valuable stamp and jewelry collection,